Day Street Books and HarperAudio present The Trolls of Wall Street, How the Outcasts and Insurgents Are Hacking the Markets, by Nathaniel Popper, read by Robert Fass. For Elissa, Augie, and Levi. Introduction. On the night of January 27, 2021, Jordan Zazzara, or ZJZ as he was known online, realized he had the power to move the American stock market. Jordan was not what anyone would mistake for a traditional financial power player. He spent his days and nights in the dark, cluttered den of an old wooden house on the rougher side of Ithaca, New York, with a boiler that had a habit of giving out in the depths of the icy upstate winter. At 27, Jordan had never managed to hold down a steady job, and he had a slight limp from when he had been hit by a car while walking on the side of a road a few years earlier. He didn't have many friends, and the few close relationships in his life mostly came from the internet. He sometimes spent 18 hours a day online, playing video games and engaging in debates on social media. But his dedication to the internet had landed him a role as a moderator of an online community known as WallStreetBets that was focused on risky financial trading. WallStreetBets had been built on Reddit, a message board and social network that, while not as big as Facebook or TikTok, elicited more passion and engagement from its tech-savvy user base. One of the most distinctive features of Reddit was that it allowed the people who created individual communities known as subreddits to govern those communities themselves. Jordan was the most active moderator overseeing WallStreetBets, and he built custom software to enforce the rules as members carried on their conversations about stocks and trading. By January 2021, this role gave Jordan what amounted to executive power over a community that had grown from a fringe corner of the internet to a financial power center that was suddenly sending billions of dollars into the stock markets and threatening the status quo. In the course of just a few days, the users of the site captured the world's attention by encouraging one another to snap up millions of shares of several big companies, including, most notably, the retail chain GameStop. As the activity peaked on January 27th, the traffic became so intense that it threatened to bring down not just WallStreetBets, but also the broader Reddit social network, and indeed, some feared, the financial markets themselves. "We have grown to the kind of size we only dreamed of in the time it takes to get a bad night's sleep," Jordan wrote to his fellow members that day. Jordan had a long-standing fear that Reddit or government authorities would use any excuse they could find to shut down WallStreetBets, and with it, a community that had come to mean everything to him. So, in a hasty last-ditch effort to preserve the place he loved, Jordan made a unilateral decision to switch WallStreetBets into private mode, a move that essentially turned it off for the public, offering him and his fellow moderators a moment to patch all the leaks that had sprung up over the course of the day. Immediately after he flipped the switch, Jordan was confronted with the unanticipated extent of his own power. Voices of panic flooded social media, and stock prices began dropping precipitously, with the most talked-about stocks on WallStreetBets leading the way down. The price of GameStop's stock fell almost $100 within minutes of Jordan taking WallStreetBets private. Most onlookers, including essentially every global news channel and media outlet, assumed the excitement about GameStop on WallStreetBets had sprung up overnight, like so many other internet memes that briefly captured the public's attention. But the community and Jordan's role in it had been a long time in the making. The site had been founded back in 2012 by a 30-year-old named Jaime Rogozinski, or Jartech as he was known on Reddit, who lived in a barren condo in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. After Jordan joined in 2016...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?